The fluorescent lights buzzed overhead like tired fireflies in the half-empty 24-hour diner. Emma pressed her palms into the counter to relieve the ache in her lower back. It was just past midnight, and the December wind outside howled against the foggy windows. Snow had started to fall, dusting the streets in silence, as if the whole world had gone to sleep without her. She wiped down each table with practiced precision, her fingers raw from the cleaning chemicals. Most nights, she finished her shift with only the soft hum of the dishwasher and the occasional clatter of utensils left behind by truckers or insomniacs. But tonight, something in the air felt different, as though the silence carried a secret. Emma, 27, was no stranger to sacrifice. A single mother since the day her boyfriend vanished after hearing the word pregnant, she'd spent the last 5 years building a life from the ashes of dreams. Her daughter, Lily, was the sun of that life. Small, radiant, and everything Emma never knew she needed. Each paycheck covered just enough: rent, daycare, gas, and maybe, just maybe, a toy from the thrift store on birthdays. But her soul was growing heavy. Her manager, Carl, was a constant source of frustration. A middle-aged man with a greasy ponytail and a sharp tongue, he treated the diner like a kingdom, and Emma like a servant. He frequently mocked her for taking too long, or for being too quiet. "You're not paid to look tired, Emma," he snapped earlier that night. "You want sympathy, go cry in the freezer." She swallowed her pride, the way she always did. Arguing meant risking the only job she had. But tonight, Carl's words pierced deeper than usual. Her phone had buzzed during her short break, revealing a photo from Lily's daycare, the annual holiday play. Lily had been a snowflake. Emma missed it. Again. A tear slipped down her cheek as she scrubbed harder. Then a voice interrupted the silence. "Excuse me, miss?" She turned. A man sat near the window, hunched over a half-full coffee cup. She hadn't even heard him come in. He looked about her age, maybe a bit older, with thick, unkempt hair and a beard touched by winter's chill. His coat had a frayed cuff, and exhaustion clung to him like a shadow. "Yes," she replied with professional politeness. He smiled, weary but kind. "I just wanted to say, thank you." Emma tilted her head. "For what?" "For this. For showing up. For working while the world sleeps." She blinked, unsure what to say. Gratitude wasn't something she received often. Certainly not from strangers nursing cold coffee. "I'm Mark," he said. "Single dad. My son Noah is 7. "Emma," she replied softly. "Single mom. Lily's 5. A flicker of connection passed between them. Two hearts worn out by life, meeting in a diner lit by artificial stars. Mark sipped his coffee. "I just started a second job. Delivery driver. Tonight was my first shift. I stopped here to stay awake. But watching you, I don't know. It gave me something." "Like what?" "Hope. That maybe we're not alone in this struggle." Emma sat across from him, cloth forgotten. She didn't usually sit with customers. But something about Mark felt safe, familiar, even. They began to talk. About dreams once held and sacrifices made. About moments missed and bills that wouldn't wait. About scraped knees and bedtime stories and tears cried into pillows. Mark shared how he lost his wife to cancer when Noah was just 2. How he once had a promising career in tech before needing to care for his son full-time. How he fell behind, slowly, and then all at once. Emma told him about her mother, who died when Lily was a baby. How Carl had once threatened to fire her for taking a sick day. How every birthday, she made a cupcake from scratch and prayed Lily wouldn't notice the lights dimming. Carl returned, irritated. "Emma," I said, "clear the booths, not sit down for therapy hour." Emma flushed. Mark stood. "It's okay. I was just leaving." Carl looked him up and down. Figures. No one good hangs around here long. Mark pulled out a 20 and slapped it on the table. That's for your hospitality. Carl snorted. She deserves better tips than your pity. Mark didn't respond. Instead, he reached into his coat and handed Emma a check. A bonus I didn't expect, he said. I wanted to buy Noah a new bike for Christmas. But I think, maybe Lily deserves something magical too. Emma stared, her throat tightening. I can't. You can. Because tonight, you gave me something priceless. A reminder. That we're still standing. Still fighting. Still human. Tears streamed down Emma's cheeks. She opened her apron and pulled out a tiny angel ornament she crocheted on slow nights. For Noah. So he knows angels watch over even the tired ones. They exchanged tokens of quiet power. Mark gave her a soft smile. We might not change the world tonight. But we changed each other. That counts. And then he disappeared into the falling snow. The next morning. Mark slipped the angel under Noah's pillow. Where did this come from? The boy asked. From someone who believes in people like us, he said. They made pancakes together. Laughed. Danced to Christmas music in the kitchen. That angel never left Noah's room again. 1 month later. Carl got word the diner had been purchased by new management. Emma feared the worst. But instead, she was promoted. The new owner. A local businessman whose son once received a crocheted angel and whose father taught him never to forget those who work while others sleep. Carl was let go. On his last day, he muttered that he didn't care. But deep down, the loneliness stung. 5 years later. Emma stood on a stage at Lily's graduation, reading a speech that brought half the crowd to tears. To the man who saw me when I was invisible, your kindness echoed louder than you could ever know. I promise to pass it forward. Always. 10 years later. Lily, now in college, volunteered evenings at a women's shelter. On her wall hung the same angel her mother once crocheted. She told its story often. About how a stranger changed everything with a single thank you. She didn't know Mark was now leading a foundation for single parents, quietly funding education and support programs across the country. Sometimes miracles don't come with lights or angels. Sometimes they come with weary eyes and a warm coffee. 20 years later. Dr. Lily Sanders stepped into the diner that had shaped her family's destiny. She placed an envelope on the counter. Please share this among your staff. My mother once found hope here. I came to say thank you. In that envelope. A scholarship fund for children of late shift workers. And on the wall. A framed angel ornament and a photo of Emma and Mark. Kindness is rarely loud. But it echoes for generations. Especially at midnight.